speak the way we used to now. Words fall softer than they fade somehow. There's a silence living in this room, but I still reach for you in the gloom. I've seen shadows in your tired eyes, felt the distance growing in disguise. Still your heartbeat finds me in the dark, like a quiet echo in my heart. And even when the nights grow colder, and even when we drift apart, there's something pulling me closer, a thread I can't tear from my heart. We're torn but never gone, cracked but we're holding on. Through every broken song I still belong with you. When hope feels almost lost and love has paid the cost, no matter what we've crossed, I'm still holding on to you. There were moments we almost let go, like a fading light burning low. Every tear we try to hide away left a scar we carry every day. But your hand still trembles into mine, like it knows this love won't unwind. Even shattered, even out of place, I still find my home in your embrace. And even when the world gets heavier, and even when we lose our way, there's something keeping us tethered. No matter how far we stray, we're torn but never gone, bruised but we're holding on. Through every right and wrong, I still belong with you. When hope feels paper thin and doubt is settling in, through every fragile sin, I'm still holding on to you. Maybe love was never meant to be easy. Maybe hearts are made to bend, not break. If we're lost, then let's be lost together. For every risk, for every chance we take, we're torn but never gone, warm but we're holding on. Through every storm we've drawn, I still belong with you. Even when light is gone, even when nights are long, somehow our love stays strong. I'm still holding on to you. So if we're barely breathing, stay. If we're barely healing, stay. 'Cause even torn in pieces, we never walked away. for you. We used to talk until the morning light. Now even echoes fade before they rise. Your eyes would find me in the quiet room, but something fragile slipped away too soon. We walked on glass without a sound, afraid the truth would break us down. So we kept breathing in between all the words we've never seen. And I felt you drifting far from me, like a song that lost its melody. But still, I stayed where you could see there's a piece of you in me. Our love survived the silence, when nothing else could stay. I trace the distance in your gentle hands, like reading stories I don't understand. We built our walls from fear and doubt, but never found a way back out. Still your shadow stayed with mine, in every pause, in every line. And though the night was cold and long, I felt you where I still belong. And I heard you in the emptiness, in every breath you never said. And still, I chose you through the pain, like a light inside the rain. Our love survived the silence, when nothing else could stay. Maybe love don't need a sound to prove it's still around. Maybe hearts can speak in ways that voices never found. So if we're lost inside the grave, don't let it slip away, 'cause even in the stillness, I hear you call my name. Our love survived the silence, through every tear we had, in all the broken moments. silence, and I'm still yours tonight. We were quiet in the wreckage of our words, shadows hanging where the light once softly burned. Every promise felt like glass beneath our feet. Still I found your trembling hand reaching for me. We were walking through the echoes of goodbye, with 1,000 unsaid tears behind our eyes. Every breath was heavy, pulling us apart, but you never let go of my heart. And in the silence, where the truth was hard to fake, we leaned closer, we refused to drift away. We stayed when it was hard, when the nights were cold and scarred, when the love we knew felt miles away. We didn't run, didn't break through every storm, every ache. We held on to the words we couldn't say. When it hurt the most, we chose to stay. There were moments we were barely holding on, like a fading melody, almost gone. Every doubt was whispering we should leave, but your eyes still saw the best in me. We were dancing on the edge of giving in, with our broken pride and paper-thin skin. Every tear was falling like the rain. Still we stood through all the pain, through the chaos, through the cracks we couldn't hide. We found a reason buried deep inside. We stayed when it was hard, when the nights were cold and scarred, when the love we knew felt miles away. We didn't run, didn't break through every storm, every ache. We held on to the words we couldn't say. When it hurt the most, we chose to stay. Maybe love was never meant to be easy. Maybe truth is written in the fight. Every scar became a part of our story. Every tear led us back to the light. We stayed when it was hard, through the shadow, through the dark, when forever felt too far to believe. We were lost, we were warm, but a fire still was born in the space between your heart and me. When it hurt the most, we chose to stay. Now the silence feels a little less alone. In the ruins we built a home. Not perfect, but still ours to keep. We stay, and love runs deep. We don't talk like we used to anymore. Words fall quiet on the kitchen floor. Your eyes drift past me like a ghost. Still you're the one I hold the most. There's a crack in every memory we made. Tiny fractures we try to shape. But even silence has a sound when two lost souls still circle round. And I feel you slipping through my hands like sand. I never meant to lose, but if breath inside this chance, then I'm still choosing you. Bruised hearts, but we're not broken. Torn apart, yeah, we stay open. Through the pain we never planned, we still reach for each other's hands. Even when the night feels cold, even when the truth is hard to hold, we bend, we break, but we don't move. Bruised hearts, unbroken love. We said things we can't take back, left scars hidden in the cracks. But every tear that fell between still waters something underneath. I know your fears, you know mine too. We built our walls, then broke them through. And every time we almost fall, something deeper wants it all. And I see the fire in your eyes fading, but it's not gone yet. If there's a spark beneath the lies, then I'm not done fighting for it. Bruised hearts, but we're not broken. Torn apart, yet we stay open. Through the pain we never planned, we still reach for each other's hands. Even when the night feels cold, even when the truth is hard to hold, we bend, we break, but we don't move. Bruised heart, unbroken love. Maybe love was never meant to be easy. Maybe scars are where it learns to stay. And every shattered piece between us is just proof we didn't walk away. Bruised heart, still we're beating through the cracks. Love keeps breathing. Every wound we couldn't hide still has you here by my side. When the world says let it go, we're the ones who choose to hold. Through the ache we rise above. Bruised hearts, unbroken love. We're not perfect, we're just true. me back to you. We used to speak in softer ways before the silence learned our names. Your eyes would rest inside my soul, like nothing here could take control. But time was never on our side. We carry storms we couldn't hide. Still in the dark, your hand found mine, like hope was breathing between the lines. I know the nights have changed us slowly. I know the truth is sometimes lonely, but every tear you try to hide was still a place where I could stay. This is love that endures through hardships, not the kind that fades away. Even when the world is breaking, you're the reason I still stay. We were never perfect, never painless, but we never walked away. This is love that endures through hardships, still alive in every scar we made. We learned to speak without a sound, when all the light was falling down, and every word felt sharp and cold. But leaving you felt worse to hold. You saw the worst I couldn't hide, the fragile truth I kept inside. Yet every time I lost my way, you stayed when I had nothing to say. I know the years have left us tired. I know the flame was almost dying, but every time the silence came, your heart was calling out my name. This is love that endures through hardships, not the kind that fades away. Even when the world is breaking, you're the reason I still stay. We were never perfect, never painless, but we never walked away. This is love that endures through hardships, still alive in every scar we made. Maybe love was never easy. Maybe love was meant to stay. Through the nights that try to break us, through the words we couldn't say. And if tomorrow turns against us, if the sky begins to fall, I will still be right beside you, choosing you through it all. This is love that endures through hardships, stronger than the fear and pain. Even when the world is fading, I will love you just the same. We were never perfect, never painless, but we never walked away. This is love that endures through hardships, and it's the reason that we stay. The room still echoes what we said too loud. Broken words hang in the quiet now. Your shadow lingers on the bedroom wall, like you never really left at all. I trace the silence where your voice once stayed. Every promise bending but not erased. We were fire learning how to breathe through the smoke we couldn't leave. And I know we crossed the line tonight, but something in me won't let go. I'm still yours. After the fight, after the tears, after all the goodbyes, when the dust falls and the truth is bare, it's your name still waiting there. I'm still yours. In the pain, through every word we can't take away, even when it don't feel right, I'm still yours. After the fight, we don't speak, but your heart beats close in every space that hurts the most. We built this love on fragile ground, but it's the only home I found. Your picture's fading on my phone screen light, but not the way you hold me tight. Every scar we tried to hide still leads me back to your side. And I feel something stronger than pride pulling me back through the night. I'm still yours. After the fight, after the tears, after all the goodbyes, changed the only thing I knew. I'm still yours after the fight, through every wrong, through every right. When the silence cuts too deep, you're the promise that I keep. I'm still yours, can't deny every piece I tried to hide. Even when we lose the light, I'm still yours after the fight, after the fight. Tonight may take what we can say, but love like ours still finds a way. The room is quiet, but the silence speaks of all the nights we barely slept for weeks. Your eyes are tired, mine can't hide the same. We lost the light, but not the flame. I hear you breathing like a fragile song, a trembling note we've held too long. We bend, we break, we almost let it go, but something in us won't say no. And in the shadows where we fall apart, I still feel the rhythm of your heart. It's faint, but it's enough to guide me through. Even in the dark I choose you. When the sky forgets its blue, when the world we built feels torn in two, I still choose you. Through every scar, every truth, every broken piece of proof, and the light is through, even in the dark. I choose you. There was a night we almost disappeared, two shadows fading from the flame. Every word we tried to hold fell apart before it came. Your silence cut like winter air, mine was heavy, filled with doubt. We stood on the edge of losing everything we once swore we couldn't live without. And I felt your heartbeat slipping from mine, like a whisper lost in the dark. Still it echoed inside my heart. 'Cause our love outlived the pain, through the hollow, through the strain. When the truth was hard to carry, we were stronger than the weight. Every tear that carved our scars left a light we couldn't fade. Yeah, our love outlived the pain, even when we almost break. We were bruised beneath the surface, every touch a fragile thread, holding on to something sacred in the things we never said. You reached through all the distance, through the walls that I had made, and in the ruins of our weakness, we found something that remained. Though the night tried tearing us apart, we were trembling, not gone. Somehow still holding on. 'Cause our love outlived the pain, through the silence, through the rain. When the world felt cold and empty, we were fire in the grave. Every crack became a path, leading back through all the ache. Yeah, our love outlived the pain, every fall, every mistake. Maybe love was never flawless, maybe it was meant to bleed. Every fracture told a story, but when we refused to leave. And I'd rather stand here broken, with your hand inside of mine, than be whole without your heartbeat echoing next to mine. Yeah, our love outlived the pain, through the darkness, through the waves. When we thought we'd lost each other, we were calling through the haze. Every shattered piece we held turned to something we could save. Yeah, our love outlived the pain, and it carried us through the grave of yesterday. So if we're tested once again, if the night forgets our name, we'll still be the quiet truth the love that outlived the pain. We don't talk the way we used to. Silence fills the room like rain. Every word feels like a fracture, every glance a hidden pain. But I still see your reflection in the things we used to be. Somewhere in the distance, you're still reaching out for me. Oh, I know we're tired, hearts barely holding the line, but something inside me won't say goodbye. So I'm fighting for us again, through the cracks, through the air. When it's easier just to walk away, I'm choosing to stay. Even when it's hard to breathe, you're the only air I need. Through the fire, through the rain, I'm fighting for us again. I'm fighting for us again. We've been lost inside the echoes of the words we can't take back. Every tear required reminder of the love we almost lacked. But I still feel your heartbeat underneath the weight we bear, like a fragile kind of promise, still surviving in the air. Oh, we're bending, not breaking, though it feels like we might. There's a spark in the dark we can't deny. So I'm fighting for us again, through the cracks, through the air. When it's easier just to walk away, I'm choosing to stay. Even when it's hard to breathe, you're the only air I need. Through the fire, through the rain, I'm fighting for us again. If we fall, let it be closer. If we cry, let it heal. We've come too far to surrender to a pain that isn't real. Take my hand, don't let go now. We're not lost, just afraid. Love was never meant to be easy, but it's worth the price we pay. I'm still fighting for us again, through the scars, through the bends. When the night tries to steal our light away, I won't let it fade. Even when the world feels cold, you're the warmth I wanna hold. Through the fire, through the pain, quiet in a crowded room. Words we had, we never used. Your eyes were tired, mine were too, but I still reached for you. There were nights we turned away, let the silence have its say. Broken thoughts we couldn't frame, still we stay the same. And every crack we try to hide was just a place where light survived. We didn't fall apart, even when it hurt the most. Through the shadows of our hearts, we were holding close. Every tear, every scar didn't tear our world in two. We were bent, but here we are, still me and you. We said things we can't erase, left regrets we had to face. But in the ruins of our pride, love refused to die. There were moments cold as stone when we felt so far from home, but something deeper pulled us through, back to something true. Every edge we couldn't mend, still led us back again. We didn't fall apart, even when it hurt the most. Through the shadows of our hearts, we were holding close. Every tear, every scar didn't tear our world in two. We were bent, but here we are, still me and you. Maybe love is not the flame, but what remains when it rains. Not the words we always say, but the choice we make to stay. Through the doubt, through the pain, through the loss we couldn't name. We didn't fall apart, though we nearly lost the way. Through the breaking of our hearts, we found reason still to stay. Everyone left a mark, but it didn't make us lose. In the dark we held our spark, and we chose. We didn't fall apart. We just learned how to heal in the dark. We don't talk like we used to. Words fall quiet in the air. Every silence feels heavier like a truth we're scared to share. I see shadows in your eyes now, where the light would always stay. But I'm still reaching through the distance, hoping you won't walk away. And I know love ain't always kind. It bends, it breaks, it leaves us blind. But somewhere in the falling apart, there's a reason we still have a heart. So we're holding on when it hurts, when the tears fall first, when the night feels endless and cold. We're holding on through the cracks, through the weight on our backs, through a love that's bruised but still gold. If it's breaking us slowly into, I'd still choose holding on when it hurts with you. Every scar has a story, every wound still speaks your name. We've been dancing in the fire, trying not to feel the flames. And I know we're far from perfect. We've said things we can't erase, but your hand still fits in mine, like it always found its place. And I feel we're closer than before, even when we're unsure. Maybe love is learning to stay when everything's pulling away. So we're holding on when it hurts, when the tears fall first, when the night feels endless and cold. We're holding on through the cracks, through the weight on our back, through a love that's bruised but still gold. If it's breaking us slowly into, I'd still choose holding on when it hurts with you. Maybe love is not the easy road, maybe it's the one we fight to hold. Through the doubts, through every fear, still finding reasons to be here. Yeah, we're holding on when it hurts, through the chaos and the wild, through the echoes we can't ignore. We're holding on, you and I, through the lows, through the high, through 1,000 nights at war. And if loving you is all I can do, I'll go through holding on when it hurts with you, even when it hurts. I'm still choosing The night fell heavy on your quiet eyes. Words we held back turned into silent fights. We stood like strangers in a broken room, two fragile hearts with nothing left to prove. I felt your distance in the way you breathe, like every promise slipping in between. But even then, beneath the weight of pain, I saw your love still calling out my name. And I won't let go this time, though the wind is pulling us apart. Through the storm we stay, even when the sky turns gray, when the thunder shakes our souls and the truth feels far away. Through the tears, the blame, through the fire, through the rain, if the world falls down in waves, through the storm we stay. Like broken pieces trying to align. We're not perfect, no we never were, but love like ours was built to endure. Every scar has something left to say. Every doubt we faced, we didn't run away. And in the dark where fear begins to grow, we find the light we thought we'd never know. So I hold you closer now, while the storm is screaming loud. Through the storm we stay, even when the sky turns gray, when the thunder shakes our souls and the truth feels far away. Through the tears, the blame, through the fire, through the rain, if the world falls down in waves, through the storm we stay. Let the walls collapse around our hearts, we're rebuilt from every shattered part. If love is all we have tonight, then that will be enough to fight. No running from the cracks we made, no turning back, no walking away. We're still here, we still believe in every breath we choose to keep. Through the storm we stay, even when the light won't stay, when the darkness calls our names and hope begins to fade. Through the fear, the pain, through the loss we can't explain, it forever feels like waves. Through the storm we stay. So let the sky fall down like rain, we'll stand in love through every pain. quiet in a crowded room. Words fell down but never bloomed. Every glance was tired, worn, like something fragile being torn. You held back, I did too, afraid of what the truth might do. But in the silence something stayed, a fragile light that wouldn't fade. And even when the nights grew colder, when the weight pulled on our shoulder, there was something in your eyes that whispered, don't say goodbye. We were bending, almost breaking, hearts were tired, barely awakened. Still your hand reached out for mine, through the phone lines, through the time. We were lost but never leaving. Still somehow we kept believing in a love that couldn't fake, a love that refused to break. We were bending, almost breaking, hearts were tired, barely awakened. Still your hand reached out for mine, through the phone lines, through the time. We were lost but never leaving. Still somehow we kept believing in a love that couldn't fake, a love that refused to break. Maybe love is not perfection, maybe scars are our connection. Maybe every tear we cry built the strength we hold inside. And if the world tries pulling us apart, we'll remember who we are. Final abandon, never breaking. Every risk was worth the taking. Through the darkness, through the flame, we're still standing all the same. We were hurt but never shattered. Every moment only mattered, 'cause in the end, for heaven's sake, we found a love that refused to break.